Evening, everyone. It is 6:11 on this Tuesday night, the 26th of September, and this is your closing comment video number 1922. So, it was a particularly ugly day. We started off with the futures just slightly below last night's close, and then as we got a little closer to the open, they got worse and worse and worse. Had gone from minus 60 to minus 80 to minus 150 before the market opened. That was the Dow. In any event, it continued on that way the entire day. Um, very, very little in the way of any rally, except, of course, when we were down 420 and we came back to close down only 388. Okay, so 9 o'clock, July FHFA Housing Price Index, 0.8%. That was pretty much in line, although last month's was, or last week's was, revised to zero point 0.4 from zero point 0.3. So price is a little higher. I'm not sure that's good or bad. July, S&P, Case-Shiller, right after that. Price index, zero point 0.10. Briefing consensus was zero point 0.5, so that was a huge miss. And the prior had been minus 1.2. So it was positive, again, not overwhelming. At 10 o'clock, we had the September consumer confidence, which I told you was going to be soft. The expectation consensus was 105. It actually came in at 103, and that was down, or down, correct, from the previous, which had been revised to 108 from 106.1. Either way, 103 is not impressive. My takeaway from the report is, as I've been talking about, consumer confidence is driven by, the consumers weakening expectations, future business conditions, job availability, income, etc. And when you have well over 1 trillion in consumer credit card debt, that starts to weigh on you, especially since rates a year and a half ago were 14%, and now they're just short of 21. And last but not least, August new home sales, 675,000. Expectation was 695, and was also revised from 739 to 714. So 739, 714, 695 expected, 675 the actual. Takeaway from that, new home sales activities, it's signed contracts, it's, mortgage rates, um, affordability. And in August, they were the lowest since March, which doesn't terribly impress me one way or the other. Tomorrow we have mortgage index. We have at 7. At 8:30 we have durable goods and durable goods ex transports. At 8:30, at 10:30 we have weekly crude inventories. There was nothing that was up, with the exception of one sector, and that sector, unbelievably, was not energy, even though the oil got down to support around 88. The low today was 88.19, and it closed $2.20 higher than that at 90.39 and up 71 cents. But the index that was up was biopharma, and not without good reason. This morning I told you about SLNO, Seleno. And this is a biotech that had very positive results on Prader-Wills syndrome, which is pretty ugly, um, genetic, kind of an it will probably be granted orphan status because it's not so widely used, but it is very serious. This is a disease that keeps cognitive development down, produces obesity, shortness of stature. I mean, this is a particularly ugly one. In any event, SLNO had great results, and the stock was as high as 1807 uh, this morning, and it was 11 and a half, up 707 this morning. It managed to get well past that 1807. The high for the day was $30.30. The last is 26.45, up 22.02, 497%. IMVT, another one from this morning, that's Immunovant, and they have an autoimmune drug in trials that also had great response. This is a stock that has been as high as 54, as low as 3. It had closed at 2028 last night. This morning, it was as high as 3660, and the last had been 3310, up 1282, and that was up about 64%. It too continued higher, traded as high as 4172. The last 3994, up 1966, or 97%, so 50% higher than it was this morning. On the negative side, we had Unfi, that's a natural foods company. It had a miss top and bottom and was 1563, down 329, or 17.4. It continued lower, all the way down to 13 and a half. And the last on it is 1377, down $5.15, or 27%, 27 and a quarter percent. So that got worse by about 50% more also. Last but not least in that group, Intercept, ICPT, um, Alpha Signa, bidding $19 for the stock. Stock closed, or the last, 1863, up $8.19, and that was up 78%. So really nice. Two more after the close. We had Mlkn, Mlkn. This is a furniture company, and they also do a lot of office furniture. Stock closed 1915, down 60 cents, beat top and bottom line. The stock rallied from that 19 and change all the way up to 2280, last 2235, up 260, or 13%. Last but not least, Costco um, closed 552.96, down 566, and they beat on some of their metrics, but not same store sales and not their high end merchandise. The stock, as I said, 552 and change, um, at the close of the market, traded down to 542, so another $10. Last is 544, down 1466, or a little over 2.5%. So a pretty ugly day. And, it's funny. Sometimes you just listen to some of these jackasses explain away and cheerlead the declines. In the last 10 days or so, there was somebody on either halftime or fast money in the late afternoon who was talking about Apple. And, you know, the day that the new phones came out, the 5th of September, Apple had a high of 189.98, closed 189.70. And everybody was talking about how they thought it possibly could test where it had just come from, which was about 175. And, all the jackasses on TV, the teleprompter readers, oh no, Apple's made a bottom and it's turned back up. And there's no way this stock is going from 190 to 175. 2 days later, on Thursday the 7th, it hit 173.54, has since rallied back up to a series of lower highs, the most recent being last Wednesday, a high of 179.70. It closed today 172.05. And I'm going to guess, it's just my guess, I'm going to guess it's going to come down and possibly touch that 200-day MA all the way down at 166, which on days like this is 1 or 2 days away. So, anyway, there you have it. I already told you what we have tomorrow. I'll be back first thing in the morning. Hope everyone had not too rough a day.